Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Number are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Yes, family. It's your brother King Simon. That's right. Broadcasted live on King Simon Presents. Give me a round of applause. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling in the world today? All 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. Yeah, giving you that mathematics all the way live. Hope you're feeling good. Don't forget tonight, we got our brother Tad. Brother Tad Cromwell is not only a fitness coach and Better Days Ahead fitness coach, but he's also a very good brother that I've known for some years, and we grew up in the same neighborhood and of course around Atlantic Terminals, Clinton Hill, Flatbush area. That's what we do. Just want to remind you, coming up this coming Wednesday, we got the Dr. Nalani Valentine closing off the Women's History Month special. Dr. Nalani Valentine wrote a book called The 7 Steps to Healing and Wellness. So you know what that is. But tonight, we got a special broadcast for you. In the midst of Women's History Month, we got Brother Tad Cromwell coming in. And of course, just want to let you know what's coming up in the month of April. The month of April is going to be off the hizzle for shizzle, family. You know how we do. So on April 4th, we have the one, the only Joshua Sarah. On April the 7th, we have Adara Moselle. On April the 11th, we have the one, the only Ra Aku. On April the 14th, we got Shirley St. Cloud. On April the 18th, we got Erica Davies from out of Liberia to New York. And on April 25th, we have Jackie Levine, numerologist, specialist, and novelist herself. And then we got a doula coming in on April the 28th. That's Soul Flow Doula. And then the special broadcast for that particular month, we got Dr. Wesley Muhammad on April the 8th. And we got Dr. Farrah Gray on April the 15th. Oh, yeah, we're going to be turned up in the month of Aprilius. Woo! Now, my brother is going to be coming up momentarily, my brother from another mama and daddy, because the balance is always working. So we're going to get ready to bring him on in the next 3 minutes. Waiting for my partner in Vibe to come up so I could bring her on. This is my partner right here in Vibes, the one, the only Empress Aisha Amor. Let's give her a round of applause. Yeah. All right. Let me put my face in the place to be so y'all can see who y'all are talking to. I am in another area right now. Of course, I am back in GA. Lot of mercy. Lot of mercy. Give yourself a round of applause. I pay for these applause. Stop playing. I pay for these applause. Yeah, baby. I hope y'all are feeling good out there. Make sure you like, and share. Your brother is everywhere, where all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth as I'm cracking my knuckles. Yo, we do have, of course, look at these shirts. We got the T-shirts tribute to Dr. Laila Africa. It's been a year since he transitioned. And if you want to order your T-shirts right now, you're more than welcome to go to this website right here. Let me give you that website right now. And part of the proceeds will go directly to Dr. Africa's wife. Just show some love, spread some love, and help out with the love. You can go to Teesprings, and here it is. That's the Teesprings link right there. Of course, you can go to their website and order products if you want. Or you can send them some love. If you don't want a T-shirt, you want to send them some love, go to charleschild. That's $ Charles Child, and hit them up. Show them some love. But go buy some product. The products still have high integrity. They're still doing what they got to do over there in Akron and in Indianapolis, where Dr. Africa's office are. And like I said, if you want to support the T-shirt, in the back of the T-shirt, it says, "The Europeans has made dis-ease a multi-million-dollar industry." That's the back of the T-shirt, because it's true. Dr. Africa was right and exactly when it came down to that. All right. So it is what it is. It is now 1 minute before the hour. And like I said, family, don't forget. Remember, I always got a content disclaimer. The content disclaimer is the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters or its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. You know why? Because maybe the sponsors that are sponsoring me are not into what we're talking about, and I don't want to disrespect them. They are spending their money and giving their money, and it's all about advertisement, because remember, advertisement does not cost, it pays. Yeah. So I got a lot of great advertisers on here. And also one more thing before I'm going to big up most of the sponsors as we're closing out, but I want to make sure everything is well. But I don't see my partner in Vive pop up yet. So what I'm going to do is going to bring on my brother anyway. And then when Empress Aisha Moore is ready to come in, I know she got children, she got things she got to do. I don't want to make sure everything is all right. How y'all feeling out there? Let me see who's in the building. Which state you coming from? 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 Don't let me start talking my stuff. You know, what state you coming from? Are you coming from Miami? Are you coming from Brooklyn, New York? Where you coming from? Because I got my brother that is a fitness coach, trainer, but also a real good dude, man. And if you need somebody that got your back, if he knows you, he got your back. I mean, I heard his cousin mention him at Drink Champs. He said, Tad. I said, whoa, wait, let me find out. I said, Tad is in the building? That means the whole Brooklyn is in the building if Tad is in the building. and that's of course big up to South Carolina. South Carolina is in the building. What's up, Brandy? How you doing? Mm-hmm. You know, Brandy, there's a song called Brandy, and you know, I never sang that song. You know why I never sang that song, Brandy? Because he was talking about his dog. And I know you're not a dog, so I want to make sure we bigging up beautiful people like Brandy, like you. Of course, we're going to shout you out. So big up to PA in the building. PA is in the building. Of course, South Carolina is in the building. Brooklyn is in the building all the time. And if we have any technical difficulties, please stand by, because I'm in that area now. I'm in the area. I was named after that. Brandy was named after that song. Brandy, I'm sorry. You're named after that song by the dog. Okay, I'm sorry, Brandy. But without any further ado, I see my partner in vibe, my good brother. Man, I got to tell y'all, this brother here is a straight up dude, man. He's straight, strong, very eloquent in what he does, well studied. He's met Dr. Khalid, he's met a lot of different elders in the community like myself. And this brother has had different camps and different community things for children. We're going to talk about that as we learn about Tad and his life. I've been on their shows, Straight Black Talk with him, Keisha, and brother Ashe. But this is the first time he's on my show. I'm definitely going to bring on Keisha and Ashe one day. So without any further ado, since I don't see my partner in vibe in the building, Aisha Moore, we're going to welcome the one, the only Tad Cromwell in the building as we welcome our brother on right now, brother Tad.
Peace to the king. Peace to the king. How you feeling, brother?
How you doing, brother? How's everything?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. Thank you for having me on your show. It's an honor, and you know how me and you vibe. You know what I'm saying? I always say you're the eldest elder.
I'm the eldest elder.
Yeah, you're gonna be the illest elder.
I'm gonna be the illest elder. Big up to you, man. I've seen you rolling all over the place with your cousin. Big up to Doggy Diamonds, man. I seen you over there with my man AA in California, man, and of course heard your name on the Drink Champs, and I was honored to see your cousin getting his dues, you know, because he is one of the originators of this stuff. You know, what's so interesting in hip hop, you got to give, of course, Ralph McDaniels, Uncle Ralph, a good friend of mine for years. Ralph put me on the stage back in the day when I was a reggae artist with Red Fox and Shaggy and all that. So me and Ralph go back. And then in the reggae world, I had to look at Earl Chin. Earl Chin was the man in the reggae world that did the video stuff in the world, because I also had my own video show interviewing artists and all that back in the day. And I had to look at various other people, but I love what Doggy Diamonds is doing right now. His family comes from our area too, around Atlantic terminals and those areas there, Clinton Hill, Fort Greene and all those areas. I went to PS11, so you know what it is. You know, how you feeling, brother? You all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good.
Well, you know, honor to you and your family, what y'all been doing, your big family, because you got just as amount of children I have. So
oh yeah, and we're growing, you know. And they're growing.
We ain't stopping. We get grandchildren and all that stuff.
So. You know, that's how empires are built. And I always tell my children that, you know, empires are the expansion of the families, you know.
That's right.
Duke and Duchess is just an extension of the royal family, the king and queen. Those are the cousins and aunts and uncles. You know, when you hear Duke and the Duchess, and that's from a European aspect.
That's right.
Those of us who are studied in African history and African culture, we understand that, you know, family is the focal point of any nation.
That's right. That's right.
It's real important.
Well, before we move on, brother, I just you can hear me still? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we move on, I want to let everybody know you're a fitness coach and an entrepreneur. You can contact him at betterdays@gmail.com. His IG is Coach Tad Cromwell. His Facebook is at Better Days Ahead Fitness. And please spread love via Zelle and Cash App at, of course, B.D.A. Fitness, you know, and show him some love. And did I get all that correct, my brother?
Yes, you did, brother. Yes, you did.
All right. You know that I'm. You know, I like to let's since you're here on my platform for the first time, let's go back. Let's go back into who Tad is.
All right. Where you want to start? You know, like you know, I was born and raised in Brooklyn. You know, I went to local daycares where they gave me an African-centered education, taught me who I am as a Black person in America. You know, then from daycare, I went to public school. I went to PS 11 in Clinton Hills, back when it was called the Fort Greene Bed-Stuy area. And then from there, I went on to junior high school, 258, then high school art and design. And once I got to high school, everything got shaky. Truth be told, I went to about 5 high schools in 4 years. You know, so I went to high school art and design, Sarah J. Hill, James Allen High School in Charleston, South Carolina. I went to a high school in the Lower East Side. So I went to a few high schools, you know, where I got my education, and then took my education and went on to Mega Ever College for a little while, majored in education, to which I was paying for myself out of my own pocket because I wasn't taking the government's money. So, you know, that's where I got my education, at least formally, because in those formative years, you know, I was also raised in Brooklyn. So, you know, you got to get a street education. So that came along with the formal education. And the street education is a little deeper than the formal education. So I'll touch on that.
Yeah, touch on that.
Yeah.
No, and that's important to know. That's why a lot of people don't understand that, you know, all of us were not always saints. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We've been through our stuff. I ran the club world, and believe me, I was something else back them days. And you on the streets doing what you do. I mean, people that don't know who they are, you know, you was also connected to people like the notorious B.I.G., all these different people. I mean, y'all was in the streets doing y'all thing, man, and I had to respect that. And I think I was the next generation of both y'all. But yeah. So I think that was very important to watch what was going on. I left around Atlanta a couple of years ago, but I kept on coming back to hang out with people like Slick and, of course, Timothy and all that.
Yeah.
all the people and all that stuff. So, and of course, K.I. and all of them back in the those are the peoples and you know, Slick. You remember Slick, Mark Plaza. So that was very important. Tell us about your transition into the children organizations also, please.
Well, you know, an extension of my street education, I've always had an affinity for children. You know, I was a Boy Scout troop leader, and I think from 98 to 2001, I believe it was. Yeah, for about 3 years, I was a Boy Scout troop leader, because I always felt that one of the things that made me gravitate towards the street was the fact that there weren't enough programs for us as young people to stay off the streets. And if there were programs, they weren't exciting, they weren't interesting, they were actually very boring. If it wasn't a church organization, it was some civic community organization that didn't cater to what was happening with us as young people at the time. So with that, as I got older and with the advent of social media, we started seeing young people just wilding out. You know, but I wouldn't say that the young people were different than we were when we were coming up. I would say the only difference is now with technology, we can record what the young people were doing, because I don't think we were doing anything too different, you know, drinking, smoking, misbehaving, cutting class. But I saw a lot of adults complaining about young people constantly on social media. So I said, why don't we do something about it? Because, you know, I believe the children are our responsibility, you know, and I organized for a bunch of adults to meet. I reached out to about 100 adults, telling them, let's do something about this. Out of 100 adults, maybe 10 to 15 showed up. And out of 10 to 15, 4 of us stayed consistent with the movement, you know. So shout out to Sister Tim, shout out to my sister Waukesha, my brother Mike Jones, the unofficial Brooklyn Mayor Mike Jones. Everybody know Mike Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, but yeah. So that's how it started with the young people. You know, I saw too many adults complaining.
Yes.
And James Baldwin said it best. He said, "For all of these are our children. We will pay for, or you know, we will prosper or pay for whatever they become." You know.
Yeah.
Whatever children is on.
Right. And you know, that's so interesting, because in my time it was Miss Lyons from the City Building, and Mr. Reynolds and Miss Timothy and Mr. Miller back in the day in the co-ops. because I lived in the co-ops and we was always playing ball with the people at Atlantic Terminal. We was Atlantic co-ops and all that stuff. And that's what my time was, those people. You know, Miss Lyons was one of my teachers. So, you know, so when she had the funeral, when she transitioned, Kenny Lyons' moms and and Kevin, I was there at the funeral and I had to speak. Yeah, because I remember her and how much we respected our elders back in those days. Because when she spoke, oh man, it was off the hook. You know, she told us like it is. Before we move on, I think my partner, my partner's in the background. I think she wants to get in. Well, she kind of disappeared, so I'll wait till she get back in the frame and then I'll bring on. But those was our elders, Brother Tad.
And shout out to the Lyons family. You know,
yes,
Miss Lyons is my grandmother's best friend.
Oh man, get out of here! Who was your grandmother's last name? What's your grandmother's last name?
Cromwell.
Oh, it's Cromwell too. Yes, Miss Cromwell. Yes.
11 also.
Yes.
They saw each other. They just hugged each other and cried.
Yeah, man. Believe me.
Hugged each other and cried.
Nah, but that's like me and it was so interesting. It's like me and Richard Stone. When I seen Richard Stone,
that's my dude.
I cried because I know what he's been through and I know what I've been through. Regina, Joy, all of them is family. You know, the moms, they always used to love when I became Muslim, it was like, yo, you know, because they came from that family. The mother, I didn't know what mother was in the Nation of Islam back in the day. And so when I came back and they seen I was doing the Islamic thing, you know, that was one of the things that saved my life. I can't lie, you know, and that saves Sylvester's life. You know, you remember Sylvester Watson and all that. Yeah, it saved his life, you know. So we try to, you know, stay on point, man. So it's good to see the next generation under us, like yourself, like a Doggy Diamonds and like a A.A. Rashid, that got with the knowledge. Even when A.A. came out of prison, I knew his mother from watching her at different places as a Muslim, moving in and out of different places, and I was also there, you know, watching and how people walk in the street. So I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of your journey. I'm proud of your family's journey, of course, your extended family's journey, and all of the extended family that was part of us in that neighborhood of the Atlantic Terminals, because people used to come and try and test us from different places.
And got it wrong every time.
And got wrong, you know. You remember Vincent Fonseca? You remember Fonseca? Those my people. Yeah, all of them, man. All of them. So, you know, those
Vincent.
Big up to Deneen too. I seen Deneen the other day. She's in Georgia. I talked to her for her birthday and all of them people, man. Twyla and all the people that I know, and in the terminals, of course, Regina Stone and all the great sisters from the terminals back in the day. Pabs, big up to the twins, Pabs and them. Always big up. I gotta shout Trev, of course, Trevor Douglas, you know, my man, and the Track Masters crew, all the Track Masters.
Red Hot Lover Tone. Yeah.
Red Hot Lover Tone. Big them up, man. No joke. We grew up with some.
Blew him up on Drink Champs. Like, yeah, we know him as JoJo. That is everything. Like, woo.
Yo, we knew some people, man. We knew some people, you know. But
that's what I was gonna say, King. You know, for those who are unfamiliar with Atlantic Terminals, you know, that was a village.
Yes,
you know, it was a village within our community. You know, going to PS 11 was a village within our community, and we had so many great people. Like Red Hot Lover Tone from Track Masters. Many people may not know, but he produced some of the biggest hip hop and R&B songs today for Biggie Smalls, R. Kelly, Nas, you name them. He gave them their big hits. You know, you got A.A. Rashid and the likes that come from our community. You yourself from our community. You know, so many great minds, thinkers, and influential people. April Walker of Walkerware from our community.
That's right.
Many people. Biggie Smalls.
That's right.
Brown.
That's right. Fox Brown. That's my girl.
Our community, people don't understand. You can't take a bus or a train because it's that close. You have to walk.
We have to walk. We have to walk.
Blocks, like you're gonna take a bus 3 blocks? Nah.
Yo, hold on. I see her in the background. Let me bring on Empress Aisha Amor, who is one of my partners in Vibe right here on King Simon Presents. And let me make sure she's all right. You all right back there? Let me make sure she's all right. Let's give her a round of applause as we bring on Empress Aisha Amor. What's up, girl? How you doing? You all right? My applause button just went out. Hold on. Okay, there it is. It went out for a second. I got to put on my Bluetooth because these people get paid to do this. These people get paid to do this, and I want to make sure they're doing it right. All right, there they go. There you go. Aisha, meet my brother Tad Cromwell. Hey,
Please,
Peace to the queen.
you know, it's an honor. This brother here is a dear friend of mine, man. And, you know, one of the stories before we get into the whole conversation of fitness, because he's a trainer and he's been doing it without the license for a while. And now he got it. He went for it. I'm so proud that he went for it. But there's a story I was just telling my son about when him and I and an individual got stopped on the streets of stopped from coming from Detroit.
In Ohio.
In Ohio, yeah, because we were driving. That's right, in Ohio. And Tad, y'all didn't know that I would have got into soldier mode.
I mean, can I tell this part?
Yeah, you gonna tell.
Because people are so used to the jovial, happy, smiling King Simon. When we were pulled over by the police, well, the feds.
Yes, the feds.
And it was dark. We were in Ohio. We didn't even stop. We were just driving through the state, and we were pulled over and accosted. And King Simon went to straight soldier mode. All of his Nation of Islam training kicked in. He was stoic. He was stone-faced. King Simon, because truth be told, the conversation went like, "Yo, what we gonna do? Because we were prepared, just as prepared as the officers was." So we was like, "What we gonna do?" So we all agreed to stand down for a minute, see how these officers want to behave. Because, and I'll be honest, first thing that came to my mind when we were pulled over was Asada Shakur.
Yes.
First thing that came to my mind was the Queen Asada. And I was like, all right, we already know our lessons of our story. So we're not going to make this mistake tonight. Let's, and we're protected, highly favored, as the Christians would say. So, things went smooth without a hitch. Nonetheless, we were ready. And I've never seen King Simon so ready.
Because
the officer started laughing because he was pulling blades from everywhere off of King Simon. And he kept pulling them out.
What came straight to mind was Dr. Khalid's teachers. That's all. Because Khalid was the teacher over the FOI. I was never in the new Black Panther Party. I was always Dr. Khalid and we had a personal direct numbers to each other. And it was, he taught us about when we are accosted by another soldier in the realm of what we're all suffering from. We're at war. So Dr. Khalid always said the first thing you do, because you are a soldier behind enemy lines, you always have to just present your name, rank, and serial number. That's it. Nothing else. No more talking after that. Name, rank. They asking questions. Name, rank. Even when they asked if we had weapons, I said, yes, sir. Yeah. And he was like, you shocked because, they think regular Negroes would flinch and do all. We didn't flinch. We had what we had. And we kept it moving. And we told them, I'm more of the silent weapon carrier. I like my knives and I keep it legal. Yeah. And that's just how I am. And I was trained with weapons and knives by some great teachers, from Master Ronald Duncan and Master Moses Powell and Anthony Muhammad, and those great ones that had taught us how to use our hands and knives and, respect the weapons. So when he told us that, and the other brother had his thing, I'm not going to mention his name, his other brother had his thing, which was license.
Multipliers.
Yes. Yeah. The multipliers.
Force multipliers.
Yes, sir. We all got into mode.
Yeah.
And they put him in a separate car. Yeah. You remember that? Oh man, but those are little war stories that because we're still here, we're still alive. That means we knew how to act and we knew how to conduct ourselves while behind enemy territory, because they were the feds.
Right. And no one was belligerent or out of order. No one cowered.
Respect, exactly.
No one screnched and cried like, ooh.
Right.
That's good. It was none of that.
None of that.
In fact, I think they were more nervous than we were.
Yes.
Because fact of the matter is, they saw that we were stone-faced, we were organized, without even, and this was the crazy, King Simon, because remember, we didn't even converse.
That's right.
We automatically knew what to do without even conversing with one another.
That's right.
Once they came, we just had this unspoken formation in terms of how we're going to stand our grounds. And I think that scared them, because they're probably used to guys lips quivering, shaking, squealing. Oh, he has this and he has that.
Right. And they had reinforcements. Right. They called reinforcements. They had reinforcements.
And the reinforcements were out of shape. Let's be clear. It was only one that may have gave us trouble.
Exactly.
The rest were too skinny or too fat.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know, there was only one that looked like he could have presented a problem.
yes, yes, yes.
But this is the importance of fitness that we'll get into later on.
We're gonna get into it, but this is one brother. I tell you, when you say he got your back, he got your back, and I told him the same way with me and him. I got his back when it's time. I'm standing right next to him. Period. I got your back. We stand next to each other as soldiers, and we got to do what we got to do.
And look, we were battle tested.
Definitely battle tested. Definitely battle tested already.
And passed with flying colors.
I'm going to get into my first question, and then I'm going to throw it at Sister Empress Aisha. My brother, you now have translated and reinvented yourself into the fitness world, and I know you've been doing it for a while, but this time you took it serious, especially after what's went on in the whole reset. I don't even mention what that was. That was a reset, and now all of us are resetting and doing what we got to do. What made you want to venture into professional fitness and being a fitness coach, my brother? Please.
Well, this is something that I've been contemplating for almost 10 years, truth be told. But, with all of the community work and things of that nature, it kind of kept me away, because there was a point that I had got obese, clinically obese. And I was upwards of 200 pounds, well, close to 300 pounds. I was between 275 and 280, and that was just because of living a sedentary lifestyle, work, home, and then community organizations. So what happened was I just decided I wasn't going to be fat no more. And I had to have a mindset change. And in fact, what was so funny about it, I used to hang out, drink, eat whatever I wanted. And once I decided to change my lifestyle, a couple of my boys was telling me I was old because I didn't want to hang out anymore. But what I was trying to relay to them is that, I want to change my life. I want to get in shape. I was in my 30s and I was just overweight. Walking up the steps was killing me. I couldn't breathe. My bones was aching. Every time I go to the doctor to see what's wrong with me, they say you need to lose weight. And, unfortunately, in our community, we think being heavy is a sign of good health. So people will say, oh, you're not fat. You're just healthy. You're just healthy. So, of course, that was the wrong information. So I just started educating myself on fitness and the different modalities of fitness. And I just made the transition. It was challenging, but it was definitely well worth it, because I realized that it's a lifestyle change.
Yes, right. That's
Once
right.
you change your mind, you have to change your behaviors. That's the only way it's going to work.
That's right. That's right. And I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of even your cousin too, because I know he was like 300 pounds too, my man. Yeah. Dougie Diamond. So, and he's shown pictures, so I'm not talking bad about him. I'm letting you know that's just what he went through that. He went through it. And, is that something that resided in your family, the obesity or overweightness or bad eating habits? Is that something that
the bad eating habits did, but not the obesity.
Okay.
And in fact, it's probably me and him. I lost 100 pounds. He lost well over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
The bad eating habits, it existed in our family. But in the generation that we were, we're the video, me and Doggy, we're the video game generation.
Right.
So we would eat what we want and play video games. And, as time went on, technology started replacing the outside play for our generation.
Right.
And as we got older, living a lifestyle of fast money and fast foods.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah, we was over there back in the day. We used to be right there off of Vanderbilt and Fulton. So country house.
Shout out to Hakim.
Yeah. Shout out to Hakim. Now, Empress, please ask your question about fitness if you want to, please. Go ahead.
I wanted to know, how long did it take you to transition? Was it a year? Was it 6 months? How long did it take you to actually get into full force?
All right. For it to be noticeable, because it's funny you say that, because that's an excellent question. Because for me, it's a lifestyle change, so I'm still on the journey. However, for it to be noticeable, it really took, I would say, from October to May. So about 6 to 7 months, because I really wasn't paying attention, truth be told. I started in about October, and I was just keeping my eyes on the prize, not worrying about the numbers, not worrying about the size, just worrying about how I felt. in terms of me moving, like my breathing. How do I feel doing the push-up? So that's what I was gauging it on, more so than how much weight I was losing. So, but I would say about 5 to 6 months going very hard. And I'll tell you something that was real funny, because when I first started going to the gym, there was a couple of brothers in there that I admired. You know, I was like, wow, I hope I could look like that when I'm done. And one day I had my headphones on and I was working out, and I saw the brothers huddling, and they were looking over at me. And one of them came over and said, you know what, we said we're going to make you the poster boy, as a joke. You know, he said, because we were talking and you made a lot of progress. They said, we see you come in here every morning, you say good morning, and then you go right to work, and it's really showing. And that really encouraged me, because nobody really told me how much they noticed, except the people that I admired, which was, you know, it really boosted my ego and encouraged me to go even harder. So I kept going more and more, you know. So, but 5 to 6 months, I saw a drastic change. But truth be told, within a month, I lost 15 pounds. Within the first month, I lost 15 pounds. So, you know.
That's a powerful testimony of what you've been striving for, because I know some people, a lot of people, first of all, those that are just tuning in, we are speaking with fitness coach and entrepreneur, the one, the only Ted Cromwell, a real solid brother, real solid dude, real respected brother throughout the community, and has built his respect over years, especially for me. You know, brother, even when my sons and my stepdaughter was going through some stuff, he even came to the school, came to the library to watch my back just in case. You know, and that's what we do as brothers, watch each other's back, and sisters. We watch your back. You know, we're not afraid to fight for our sisters and brothers. Believe me, family. Believe me when I say that. You know, but he's an entrepreneur. You can, if you want to train with him or go on his online training or whatever he's going to be doing soon. I know he's doing Prospect Park in Brooklyn right now, but I know he can put it on online. Go hit him up on email at betterdaysahead@gmail.com. And of course, his IG is Coach Tad Cromwell, and Facebook is at Better Days Ahead Fitness. And of course, you can hit him up and spread love through his Zelle and Cash App via B.D.A. Fitness. All right, hit him up at B. Is that correct, brother? I want to make sure all that's correct.
Yes, they can hit me at B.D.A. Fitness or Tad Cromwell.
Okay, Tad Cromwell. Okay, so you know, I know fitness is like a real ritual, man. And you have to, as much as people sometimes are afraid of quote unquote rituals, eating right, being fit has now become a ritual. People don't know you have ran marathons also. And you know, you ran the short marathons and you ran the 26 mile, right? In New York, correct? Yeah. How many times have you done that? 26 mile. How many times have you done that?
I've done 3 full marathons, over 20 half marathons, and a ton of other races.
Yes. And you've done the short ones, the 5K, the 10Ks. I know, and that's all. And your team too. You have a team now.
Yes,
so,
I do.
Yeah, shout out the team and tell me about the marathon run, please.
Yeah, shout out to Sister Tammy and all the folks. Dion Cinnamon Brown, who trains with us as well. Who else? We got so many people.
Yes.
My man Spanish Will, because we got a couple of Wills in our office. But Spanish Will, there's so many people. I can't even give everybody a shout out.
I know.
They know who they are. So,
big up to Ashe in the room. Ashe is in the room. I see Ashe on Facebook. Big up to brother Ashe.
Salute the young bull, Ashe. Yes,
sir. Good brother, man. Good brother. His birthday coming up, actually. So yeah, so that's a beautiful thing. And now tell us about the discipline of even developing for marathons, because you've done the short ones, the 5K, the 10Ks, until finally you did the 26 in New York. Tell us how that developed. How did that go about? Because I know that's not an easy. One of my cousin-in-law ran that too, Keith White. Bit up to attorney Keith White, the husband of my cousin Allegra. So yeah, how is that discipline and developing that discipline to run those miles?
Well, see, part of it is definitely discipline. You have to be selfish. You have to really carve out time for yourself to really exercise self-control over what you want to do. As for me, I was, I have a family, so much of my work day is exhausting, and after work is family time. So I carved out times early in the morning for myself, and I always incorporate strength training. Strength training is very important, because it prevents your muscles from fatiguing. You know, sometimes people just run for cardiovascular reasons, not understanding that you have to build muscular endurance also. So with that, you really have to carve out time and let everybody know that, look, as for me, I'll speak for me personally. My bedtime is between 8 and 9 p.m. You know, I normally go to bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm in bed because I always try to get my mandatory 7 to 8 hours sleep. I get up at 4, maybe 5, hit the gym between 5:30, 6 o'clock, take an hour and a half to, you know, just go hard. And when you work out early in the morning, that's when it's the most quiet. You can think to yourself, you can be alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
You really start developing your mind to what you really want. Because we all know about manifesting things. We know that everything in existence always starts with a thought.
Yes.
So we have to gather our thoughts. We really have to get into the recesses of our mind and start visualizing ourselves crossing that finish line, visualizing what do we want our body to look like? What do we want our life to look like? And I think for me, the morning is so quiet. There's no rush hour. There's no traffic. And only people who are up that time of morning are the serious people. Who are serious about fitness. People are serious about making their money by going to work and vice versa. So I will always tell people, make time for yourself first. Make time for yourself. You spend 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours working, a couple of the remaining 8 hours traveling. How much of that time is really yours? Or you dedicating that other 8 hours to traveling and catering to your spouse and your children and your friends and your moms and your dad? Like, how much of that time have you really carved out for yourself?
Yes, sir.
And I always encourage people to look at that. How much of your time is spent catering to other people? Because for people who say they want to lose weight and they don't know what to do, the first thing I tell them is carve out your time. It's 24 hours in a day. You got to take a few of those hours for yourself, because we donate and dedicate so many other hours to other people. So with those hours, I started training, I started running, I started exercising. Every day I would do something different. And particularly on Sundays, I always did my long runs in Central Park because they're hilly.
Yes.
So you have to do hill drills, because doing the treadmill alone, and I watch people do this, King.
Yes, sir.
People will run on a treadmill, they'll keep it flat, they'll put on a nice steady pace, and then they'll just run at that pace, not realizing that when you hit the street, it's a whole different animal.
Terrain,
grade change. You know, you have to run downhill, you have to run uphill, and those activate different neurons in your muscular system.
That's right.
So you have to get yourself acclimated to the change in terrain, like the Art of War talks about.
That's right.
Terrain.
That's right. That's right. And that's what I've learned to do when we was in the Ansar Allah community and in the Nation of Islam. We had to run different terrain, especially when you train in martial arts, we had to run different terrain. We even had to train on from mat to hardwood floor to concrete. We had to get used to those different types of things, because one thing about the floor, and that's martial arts is a whole different discipline when you're doing jujitsu or rolling or Aiki jujitsu or different things. It's a whole different thing. Like Dr. Powell used to tell us, and all his students used to stress, there's a difference between landing and falling. He said, it's the way you land. Because the fall, a hard fall, the floor will let you know that you fell wrong all the time, because the floor ain't going nowhere. The floor is right there. So if you're doing a fly and roll out and you don't land right, believe me, family, I've experienced it too. I had a shoulder injury that I had to get acupuncture in, and that I got to big up Dr. MJ, who helped me with this acupuncture back in the day. And from that acupuncture, it never hurt again. She did the cupping and everything. And I suggest people doing those modalities if you're training like Brother Tad. And it is a discipline, but in the morning, it's also a meditation, Brother Tad. Tell them about the deep meditation, because people think that you have to sit in some lotus position and meditate, when meditation is any way you want to put it, any way you want to do it, whatever you're comfortable in, that's meditation. Please tell them about the meditation. And then Aisha, please have your question ready. Go ahead, brother.
It's funny you mention that, because for my daily routine, I write it. I have it in writing. And the first 3 things I do is I wake up. The first 4 things, I wake up and make my bed. Then I go wash my face, brush my teeth, and then I pray, then I meditate. Say a prayer of thanks, then I meditate. We have to, and like you said, meditation isn't just sitting in the lotus position. Meditating is just pondering, going into the deep thought, taking the thought, shaping it and molding it, fashioning it to what you would like to see. And I think that's very important. You know, and the author Dennis Kimbrough's book, Thinking Rich, a Black Choice, a play off of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He has a chapter called Inner Space, the Final Frontier.
Yes.
And he talks about how our mind is the original inner space. Everything that exists in the universe started in the mind. And if we go to the Kemetic teachings, then we would also know that, you know, Ptah is the creative thought of, you know, that come out of the primordial waters of Noon. I say all that to say that everything comes from thoughts. So whatever issues we may be having right now, we have to take that thought and ponder it. All problems have solutions. We just have to really dig deep down inside. It's the difference between thinking and pondering.
That's
so
right.
we take a thought and ponder it, particularly when it's nice and quiet. And if you gotta cry, cry.
That's right.
Because sometimes we avoid certain thoughts because it may be painful, but this is part of our healing process also. You know, we have to heal ourselves from the inside for it to show on the outside. And we have to be honest with ourselves. If we're not going to be honest with ourselves, we can't be honest with nobody. You know? So in those quiet mornings, King Simon, I can't tell you how many times I was running on the treadmill crying and nobody knew because I was sweating also. So the sweat and the tears were mixed together. But this is how I made the transition. This is how I transformed myself and reinvented myself while still staying true to my core value and belief system.
That's right. That's right. You know? That's right. Those that are just tuning in, we're speaking with Ted Cromwell, the one, the only fitness coach and entrepreneur. Better Days Ahead at Gmail is the email. IG is Coach Tad Cromwell. At Facebook is Better Days Ahead Fitness, and spread love via Zelle and Cash App at B.D.A. Fitness. Sister Empress Aisha, please share your question with the brother.
Yes, I'd like to know, is there a difference like between, you know, the senior citizens starting out to start to get their bodies in fit versus the youth? Like, is there a certain way they should go about it? Like, is there a difference?
Oh, definitely. In fact, and that's an excellent question, because there's a difference in the way everyone should approach getting into a fitness lifestyle. For seniors particularly, most seniors may have some type of illness, whether arthritis or you know, high blood pressure or any kind of dis-ease, you know. But it's definitely a difference. So the first thing I would do is to tell them to get medical clearance from their doctor. They have to get medical clearance from their doctor, you know. And that would be the first thing I would do. And then based on what the doctor says, you know, I can design a program based on where they are. You know, because if they have bad hips, there's certain movements I wouldn't suggest for certain people. You know, personal training is called personal training. It's very personal. It's unique to people's specific goals. So someone who may be trying to lose weight, I wouldn't prescribe the same workout for someone who's trying to gain weight. You know, it's two different systems. So particularly with the elderly and the children, they're definitely different.
Right. And, you know, people, if you have questions, please write in the chat. You had another question, Empress Aisha?
Yes. Is there a difference between discipline and like self-determination?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Self-determination is what you think. Discipline is what you do. You know, self-determination is the thought, the discipline is the action. A lot of people are self-determined but don't practice discipline. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Brother King Simon, you there? Okay, so what is I do have another one. Let me see it right here. So is there should one set a time frame when they wanted to start working out, or they just randomly do it throughout whenever it's convenient for them?
I would always suggest people do a time frame, because our body responds. Our body is the living organism, you know. And I don't like to get all philosophical, but you know, our body is our temple. You know, spirit God's in this temple, but this temple have a life of its own. You know, with or without the spirit. Once the spirit is gone, we know the hair still grow, the nails still grow, the skin still grow and fall off. So the body has its own memory. And not to veer too far off, but that's all that trauma is. Trauma is the body remembering an experience. That's why when we think of traumatic experiences, while sitting down, our heart would automatically elevate, we'll start perspiring, because our body remembers that experience more so than the mind do, you know? And so to your question, I would always encourage people to designate a time. Designate a time, because you have to create a routine. Because if you do it sporadically, what happens is things will come up and you won't be able to do it. It means you won't be consistent, you know, and without consistency, you'll have no progress and you won't see any results. We have to be consistent in it. Some people think they'll work out for 4 months and then all of a sudden their body automatically going to change. You may see a slight change, but it has to be a lifestyle change. And I can't encourage this enough to people. It has to be a lifestyle change, because, in fact, in the fitness world, it's not really called exercising. It's called the human movement system, because our bodies are designed to move, you know, and that's why we always see children run and play. And it's always encouraged for our children to run and play. And this is how they grow and become stronger and develop stronger muscles and a stronger skeletal system and a central nervous system. All of these things are intertwined, because our body is made up of a myriad of systems. You know, you got your hormone system, you got your skeletal system, your muscular system, your central nervous system, you know, your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system. You know, it's a bunch of systems. And then of course we're in tune with the universal clock. You know, we know what time nighttime is and we know what daytime is. Regardless of what time we go to sleep, many of us get up with the sun when we're in tune, you know? So there's a system that we have to program our bodies to get into, you know? So I hope I was wordy and winded with that.
Oh, that was perfect. Thank you for that. Do you prefer daytime or night or the evening? The morning?
Definitely day. And I encourage most people to work out during the day, because once you work out in the daytime, you already got your body's geared up. Your body's ready to go. You've already knocked out what may be the hardest part of your day. And then you're very optimistic moving forward, because you realize, like, yo, I did 100 push-ups this morning. I lift 10, 15% more than I did last week. So, you know, you have a sense of accomplishment. So you actually welcome challenges through the day, as opposed to the evening. You may have had a long day and you're not putting in the maximum effort in your workouts. So you're in essence shortchanging yourself. And then depending on the particular exercise you do, you may have your heart geared up that you can't even sleep now. Now you're ready for bed, but your body is wired, because, you know, you done raise your all kind of levels, you know, in your body, because again, you done fired up your system, and now you're not ready to go to bed. Your body's in workout mode. Your mind is tired, but your body, like, I don't want to go to sleep.
That's right. That's right.
You know, but if you do it in the daytime, you know, and again, real quick, it just depends on the individual, personal training. Because now if you work at night, you know what I'm saying, depending on your schedule, then you have to shape your exercise time around that, with your work schedule and home schedule is. It's not a size fits all.
That's right. That's right. Please like, thumb up, and share the video, family. Please pardon the technical difficulties. I'm back in that area of Georgia that have been throwing things off. So it is what it is. And Ted, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I want to make sure, you know, a lot of the older individuals, I suggest from a martial arts perspective, take Tai Chi or Qigong, slower workouts for your body. You know, I see the Chinese people doing it in West 4th Street. They doing it in parks over in Chinatown, where they're out there in the sun. Slow movement, chi, and doing the breathing exercises. So if you're old and you feel that you need to, you know, relax, you get into the internal work so you can maximize the external possibilities, you know, through that, you know. So, and you ever practiced that yourself, brother Tad?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. In fact, I think back in 1997, I was heavy into Tai Chi.
Right.
You know, learning basic movements, like you said, just learning how to move slowly and breathe. because you can also incorporate it as a self-defense mechanism.
That's right.
Because
That's right.
once you master the movement slow, it becomes second nature. So if somebody comes to you quickly, you already know how to block.
Yeah.
You know, your hands, because you move slowly,
Yes.
you flow. It's like a fluid. But what you're in essence doing, almost like what Mr. Miyagi was teaching Danielson.
Yes.
You know, just teaching you the human movement system.
That's
a
right.
lot of times we think it's just push-ups and pull-ups, but no, it's called the human movement system because we want to be able to operate in a full range of motion. So for elders, breathing, and slow movement is very important because their joints may be stiff because of lack of movement. You know, living a sedentary lifestyle, but it's never too late. And in fact, that's why the name of my company is called Better Days Ahead. You know, because no matter what we're going through, there's always better days ahead. No matter what challenges we may be facing right now, there's things that can alleviate the discomfort of having arthritis. And there's foods that we can eat to relieve the discomfort of having high blood pressure and hypertension. A lot of problems have solutions. The thing is that we lack information. Right. So for me, being a personal trainer, I always try to share with people 3 elements, you know, educate yourself on the human movement system and on nutrition. Nutrition is the fuel for this machine we call our body. And then you have to be authentic with your goals. You know, what's your reason? What's your why that you want to lose weight, you know, and eat better? You have to find your reason. You have to find your why. So be specific with your goals. And then within that, you find your purpose and you find your passion, you know, because it opens up your, how can I say, it's hard to explain, but once you exercise, only thing you really have to go on is your self-determination and your thoughts. Right. Once you start thinking more, because we have to exercise this muscle as well. The brain is the most powerful muscle that we have. Our gluteus maximus is the biggest muscle, but our brain is the most powerful muscle. And just like we exercise our biceps and triceps and our chest, we have to exercise our brain. And that comes through constant thinking and pondering, taking thoughts, shaping them, developing them, peeling back the layers, asking ourselves, why do I think like this? Why do I feel like that? Why do I want to lose weight? Why do I care what people think about me? Why do I need to fit in this dress? Why do I need to fit in this? We have to ask ourselves the whys. Yes. You know, and only we know that.
Someone just asked a question: how do you learn about eating healthier, and what's your regimen to lose weight? Your regimen to lose weight.
That's a great question. In terms of eating properly, medical professionals. I'm a fitness professional, but medical professionals, doctors, holistic healers, they're in business for a reason as well. I'll share a quick story with you, and I'll get back to the question.
Okay.
When I was training for the marathon of 2019, I want to say 2018, 2019, I was training for that marathon, and I was doing 12 miles in Central Park, and I think mile 8, I blew my knee out. My knee just gave out on me. I thought I pulled something, but then one night it was hurting real bad, so I went to the doctor, and they told me good news and bad news. Good news, I didn't pull anything. My knees are still good. The bad news is that I had gout. And I was like, gout? I was like, my father got gout. How did I get the gout? You know, and they sent me to a nutritionist. And she asked me what was my meal like. She asked me the same question, you know, what do you eat? And I told her I normally eat eggs, oatmeal, protein shakes, things like that. And she told me that the problem was I was eating too much spinach, too much tuna, too much asparagus. Now here I am, I'm eating clean for all intents and purposes in the fitness profession, but my body doesn't process what's called uric acid. I mean, no. There's another acid. Uric acid builds up on the knee. Purine is in the foods. That's what it is. There's a chemical called purines that's in these foods that creates uric acid on the joints, that creates gout, because gouts are little crystals that form on the joint, and it's very, 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 very painful, right? So I was eating spinach, and I love asparagus, mushrooms. All of these things have purine in it, and my body metabolizes it into uric acid. And I think what it was I was eating too much of it. And dairy don't sit too well with me either. That's in moderation, if any at all. You know. So I tell people that, again, personal training is personal.
Yes,
you
right.
have to find out what can you tolerate and not tolerate. What works with your body, what works against your body. So for me, I eat half a dozen of eggs in the morning and a cup of oatmeal. Now I don't eat all 6 eggs. I eat 2 whole eggs and then 4 egg whites. I always boil them. Sometimes I may fry them in the pan with olive oil. Then I have a cup of oatmeal. I drink mostly water. Occasionally I'll drink black coffee, little to no sugar. You know, I'm not perfect on my diet. Let me have a disclaimer again, because we're all on our personal journey. You know,
yes, that's right.
What may work for a vegan may not work for me.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Again, I can't eat fried mushrooms as much as I love them. You know, shout out to Sister Tony and Brother Ariel. You know, who
yes.
They delicious fried mushrooms. You know,
that's right.
So you know, for everybody, I would just say, into the question, right? And I'm trying to make this as brief as possible. It depends on what the person's fitness goals is, because depending on your fitness goal will determine your diet. What do I mean by that? If you want to work out for hypertrophy is what bodybuilders do, you know, just big muscles.
Right.
If you want to work out for that, you should have more protein than carbohydrates and fats. Those are the 3 macronutrients our body always need, right? But now if you're a runner, you would want more fats than protein. Your body still needs the protein and the carbohydrates, but you want to increase your fat intake. And when I talk about fats, you got different types of fats. You got your monounsaturated fat, your polyunsaturated fat, your unsaturated fat, your trans fat. You got different fats. Some fats are healthy, some are not. That's another conversation. Even with carbohydrates, you have your simple carbs and your complex carbs. You know, so it just depends on what the person's fitness is, if fitness goals are, and that's how you determine what you should eat. So to the question, how do you determine what to eat? There's nutritional specialists out here. There's people with certifications that can help you with your food. In fact, I work with a nutritional specialist, Coach Ola. She has a college degree in nutrition, and now she's studying to be a nutritional nurse. And she has all kinds of certifications in nutrition, and that's who I consult with, as well as Sister Tammy is working on her certification in nutrition as well. So I have sources and resources I could go to and ask them specific questions about nutrition, because that's not my field of expertise. Though I know a lot about nutrition, they can tell you how these things metabolizes in the body. So aside from a personal trainer, you also want to have a nutritionist, or get a personal trainer who also certified in nutrition, because I'm not certified in nutrition. So I cannot design a meal plan. I can only give people general information on what to eat, what not to eat, and how the foods work with the body. Because I can prescribe a food for someone and they may have an adverse reaction to it. And now I'm liable, and they actually can sue me.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Why? Because I'm certified as a personal trainer, not as a nutritionist.
That's right.
And I'm not trying to upset the fitness industry, but you know, if somebody tries to prescribe to you a meal plan, make sure they're certified.
That's right.
This is your life we're talking about.
That's right. That's right.
Bigger than just getting the dollar. Most people know that if you go to Better Days Ahead Fitness, all of my videos are there are free.
Yes.
I believe in giving back to the community, so they're free. I always have a way to make money. You know, I have a 9-to-5. I train people as well, so I make my money. I wouldn't put anybody's life ahead of behind $1, or rather put $1 ahead of someone's life.
That's right. You know, and those that are just tuning in, we're speaking with Brother Tad Cromwell, a fitness trainer, and of course, I want to make sure everybody get the business, because you know, Dr. Africa used to say he got although he was self-trained, he said he had got the cosmetics because our people required the cosmetics. which is the certificates and the license and all those different type of things. And it's important because although you've been training for many years, what you do and how you do, you needed to get those cosmetics so people can respect you for that. And people, please hit up our fitness coach and entrepreneur, Better Days Ahead at Gmail, IG, that's Coach Tad Cromwell. Facebook, of course, is Better Days Ahead Fitness, and spread love via Zelle or Cash App at B.D.A. Fitness. Somebody asked a question in the chat before we go to our Empress Aisha with her question. Somebody asked a question in the chat, and I don't want to pass that because I know the chat is they bubble in here. The chat that they asked, he says, should we move to warmer climates to obtain maximum health, or can we achieve this in any climate?
Well, we can definitely achieve this in any climate.
Mm-hmm.
However, and to be honest, this is from the textbooks. The sun, the rays from the sun definitely helps activate the vitamin D in our system, which strengthens our bones and our immune system, as well as our muscular and skeletal system. So us being people of African ancestry, or just identifying as African people in the diaspora, we know that we're the children of the sun, and the sun gives us our superpowers. But truth be told, in textbooks, it talks about the benefits of working out in the sun, particularly warmer climates. It definitely helps. It does more good than harm. Colder climates, however, let me give the other side though. Colder climates help activate our I can't think of the system, but for our body to warm up, our internal organs and things start heating up, and it vibrates and burns more calories just to keep our body warm. So if you're working out in the cold, you're definitely going to burn more calories just by virtue of your body trying to keep warm, because calories is a measurement of energy. A calorie is a measurement of how much of a liter of water it would take to burn within our body. We know our body is made up of water, and that's what a calorie is. A calorie is a measurement system. It's an energy measurement system.
Right.
So we definitely need calories. But now, if you're trying to lose weight now, because again, some people work out to gain weight, put on muscles, so they need as much calories as they can. For people who want to lose weight, they have to go into a calorie deficit. They should be trying to lose more calories, as opposed to someone trying to pack on muscle and get bigger. They need to take in more calories. So it depends, again, goes back to personal training. Depends on your fitness goals. What is it that you're trying to do?
Our brother Ashay just asked us, SJ, do you believe in taking supplements, or if so, which ones?
I definitely believe that, again, personal preferences.
Personal preference.
This is my opinion. Again, I encourage people, consult with your medical professionals.
Yes.
However, if you're trying to lose weight and you're cutting calories via your food, chances are, and you're exercising, chances are you may not be getting the amount of macronutrients you need. Now, what do I mean by that? Of course, earlier I talked about the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fats. Those are what's called macronutrients. That's our body needs those things. And carbohydrates is our body preferred source of fuel. Our body craves for carbohydrates more than protein and fats. Let's be clear. I hear people say they try to stay away from carbs. Shouldn't do that. It creates atrophy in the muscles, which means the muscles break down. They start eating themselves up, as opposed to eating the fuel of carbohydrates. But micronutrients is your vitamin A, vitamin E, D, K, vitamin B. All of those things are called your micronutrients. Now, if you're trying to lose weight and you're not eating as much, you're minimizing your caloric intake, not taking a lot of calories, you will need to supplement those micronutrients. But again, consult your doctor. This is my professional opinion.
That's right. Family, I want to thank Brother Tat, because like he said, he goes to bed at a certain time, and I don't want to keep him. But Empress Aisha, if you have another question, it's the 1 minute before 9. I don't want to hold you up, brother. I know what to do
tonight.
Thank you very much. Empress Aisha, if you have another question to share with our beloved brother Tad Cromwell, fitness coach and entrepreneur, please.
Yes, Brother Tad. What about expecting mothers? Do you work with them?
I'm sorry?
Expecting mothers. Do you work with
I haven't worked with any expecting mothers that I know of, you know. But it ain't me. However, I'm grandpa now, so yeah.
We got enough children.
Yeah, right. But in all seriousness, I haven't trained any expectant mothers, but expectant mothers can train. You know, again, consult your doctors. You know, a lot of times, and I have to stress this. And this is not a knock on anybody's hustle, by no means. But I see a lot of fitness gurus and experts on Instagram and social media, and they don't have the credentials, and I see them giving people all the wrong information. They're telling people what they want to hear just so that people can support them and follow them. And that's not fair to the person, you know, because that person can get hurt because a lot of information is wrong, you know, and a lot of these people, it goes back to what we were talking about, credentials. You know, credentials doesn't mean anything, but then it does mean something.
Yes,
it means that you were disciplined enough, you were serious enough to get certified and pass a review of your peers in that industry.
That's right.
You know, you met the minimum requirements to be recognized as a professional by the industry. It's almost like, you know, within the community, some people speak and aren't learned, but then we have to vet them. Well, what organization you're a part of? What leadership did you come from? You know, who vetted you?
What was your bloodline? That's right.
What's your bloodline?
What's your bloodline?
What validates you? It's the same as in the streets. We have to vet people. That's all our certifications is. It's a vetting process. Saying that you studied long enough, you invested your time, money, and energy to get these credentials to really show what you know, as opposed to just selling lip service. We see so many dietary gurus, and we see all these fitness professionals ain't certified nowhere. We see all these quote unquote historians, you know, who haven't been nowhere. Some of them haven't left the continent, haven't left the country, haven't left their block. But all of a sudden, they're experts in this and experts in that. And I believe that those of us that are serious about what we say we're serious about have to get serious, if that makes any sense. We have to start shunning the charlatans. Like I said, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. But King Simon, one day I was doing a video in the park, and I watched an Instagram professional come in the park and do their video. But all they did was a couple of push-ups, a couple of jumping jacks, and then they spliced it and edited it. That wasn't a real workout. But they'll prescribe to you, do 500 jumping jacks and do 2,000 push-ups, and they'll edit the video to look like that's what they've done, and they didn't. Because some people just have good genes. Let's be honest, some people, they don't have to work as hard as others to look good.
Right. That's right. And that's why I usually refer people when, you know, people want to train with me and all that kind of stuff. I said, first of all, I'm not in a dojo. You want to be in a good place where you can train. I'm very unorthodox in our training, especially in martial arts and various other things. And I don't really like to do that. And you can end up hurting someone. And I've seen it. It happened to me one time in a training thing, and I know you can be hurt because you know, if the trainer that you're training with is not respectful, you can break an arm, especially if you're doing jujitsu and doing arm locks and all that. If it's just like dealing with white belts or dealing with people that are so zealous into this thing, if you don't know the body language and know the mechanics of the body, you know, every killer has to be a healer too. That's why Khalid used to say we are saints, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers. You got to have all of the dimensions in order for you to even move a certain way. And that's how I was taught since I was young, from in the 80s till now, under the different teachers and trainers. You know, everything to me around
we're almost losing. The sound is shaky.
So Keysam, you got to repeat that again.
It's
a moment.
whatever. For me, that's what it's really that's what I'm talking about. If y'all hear me, can y'all hear me still?
Yes,
Barely.
look.
It's coming in now.
Okay, great.
Say something.
So, yeah, so even when training and all that, so it's very important. You know, I always say, master, don't get respect the weapon.
It's doing it again.
Yeah.
Again, well, y'all go ahead.
Well, you know, I was gonna say something in regards to what you said, because there were 3 times people have broken bones training with me, and all 3 times I told them not to do it. People tried a particular exercise, and I said, for the ones who are advanced, you can do this one. The ones who aren't, do this one. The ones who weren't advanced thought they could keep up, and I was like, no, you don't have to do it. They tried anyway. 2 of them broke an arm, 1 broke a leg at 3 different occasions. So, in the third one, the sister who broke her leg, she was trying to show me an exercise that she learned. That I think she saw it on the internet or something. And she said, look, I said, oh, no, I hear you. No, you don't have to show me. She said, well, let me show you. Let me show you. I was like, no, don't worry about it. And she tried, and she broke her leg. And I said, told you don't try it. So I actually ended the session. The session was over before it started, you know, because she broke her leg. You know? And again, I say that to say that anybody who wants to lose weight, you know, consult a fitness professional. You know, we are fitness professionals. We are certified. Make sure that you're dealing with a certified personal trainer, not just somebody who works out. Because shoot, dudes come from jail with good workout regimens, but does that mean they're qualified to teach and instruct? Because being a personal trainer, that's part of the course. You have to know how to talk with people. You have to know how to teach people these things. Not only do we have to know the scientific terms in the human anatomy, but we have to relay it to the layman who don't know. You know, if I tell somebody, you know, today we want to strengthen your rhomboids and your latissimus dorsi, as well as, you know, your pectorals major, and they don't know what I'm talking about. But if I say I want to work on your back and your chest, and then tell them why we have to work the back and the chest, because they're both opposing muscle groups. So not to create a muscular imbalance, you can't just work your back and ignore your chest, and you can't just ignore your chest, you know, and vice versa. So even if you don't work them both on the same day, you can work one day and then work the other the next day. However, you never want to have a muscular imbalance, because one muscle is going to overcompensate for the other and increase your risk of injury.
Okay.
This is how most people get hurt during exercises and working out. So a skilled professional should be able to share that and convey that to their client, because many times people know what they want to look like, but they don't know how to go about it. And unfortunately, even as trainers, when we try to explain to them the method to what may seem like madness, most people don't want to hear. I just want big chest. I don't care about my back. I want my chest to be big like the Incredible Hulk. You know, because the way the muscles are, all of our muscles are they start at one end of a joint to the other end of a joint, then from one end of the joint to another, and then even then we have multiple muscles within that area. And then they're tied into the skeletal system by what's called tendons. And if you're not mindful, if you're not working with a professional, they will help you strengthen your tendons so that you can increase the demands that you're going to place on your muscles to help them repair and grow. It's a science, it's a method to the madness. In fact, King Simon, I had one client out in North Carolina. The brother could do his push-ups and everything, right? I gave him some simple exercises to do. Didn't look rigorous, didn't look hard. He was like, yo, bro, why am I sweating? Why am I sweating? I said, because what we're doing is working on your tendons. We're working on the internal parts of your muscles so that you can increase the amount of pressure that you put, you know, exercising your muscles so that you can increase the volume, you know, or create a heavier load. Because many people don't understand you can hurt yourself. And I always stress to all of my clients, safety is always number one. They want to imitate what they see on social media, but I tell them that's social media. What I'm doing is helping you learn to progress properly so that they will come to a point that they won't even need my services anymore, because they'll be educated enough to know how to train themselves and hopefully help someone else.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Well, family, I want to thank my brother Tad Cromwell for being here. Like I said, I want to keep him over time. Let's give him a well-deserved round of applause, and all of you that participated in this beautiful broadcast. Again, pardon any technical difficulties. I'm back in a certain area that just ain't helping me out, but it's all good. Remember, Tad can be found on through email at betterdaysahead@gmail.com. IG, that's Coach Tad Cromwell. Facebook, Better Days Ahead Fitness, and of course, spread love via Zelle and Cash App at B.D.A. Fitness, my brother. And I want to show you a flyer. I do have the flyer that you're going to what you're going to be doing in Prospect Park, and what it is. Hold on one second. Let me remove that out the way. Let me remove that, what it says there. Now, tell us about the flyer and what's going on, brother Tad. Please speak on it real quick. Go ahead.
All right. Starting this Saturday, April 3rd, I will be working out. I will be returning to Prospect Park with my boot camps. I'll be having a 9 a.m. session and a 12 p.m. session. That'll be at Prospect Park by the lake near the entrance of Parkside Avenue and Ocean Avenue. And of course, it's $35 a session and $25 for 3 sessions or more if you pay in advance. That's $10 off for each session. Right. And again, we'll be doing calisthenics, we'll be doing body weight movements, and then we'll work with the equipment for the second part of the boot camp. And it's for all fitness levels because I will be showing modified versions as well as advanced versions. So tell a friend to tell a friend, grab a friend. And in fact, this started last year during the quarantine, and thank you to everyone who supported. I was doing Prospect Park, I was doing Kaiser Park in Coney Island, as well as Gozy Park in Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay. Now, these people, do you have a number you want people to contact you through, or is that cool?
Yeah, people can contact me at 917.
Hold on, let me write it down. 917. All
right, because it's funny because I never really call myself. So the number is 917 200
46 what?
4678. 917 200 4678.
Okay, that is his number right there. We're putting his number up right now. That is it, 917-200-4678 to contact Brother Tad if you want to trade with him. Are you having any online training, anything dealing with IG or whatever? I mean, at the classes, because you probably could set it up while you're doing it out there in the park.
I may do it live stream as well, via Zoom, and people can pay, and we're working on the price for that one now since people don't have to travel. However, we do it on live stream. Last year, we didn't do it so much live stream. We just showed a little bit because what it is, the fitness industry is very competitive. And though we share information sometimes, it's still competition. Friendly competition nonetheless. Shout out to all of my fitness professionals, everybody out there who train. We do support one another. But then you have those who are not as supportive. So you know how that goes.
That's right. Once again,
I would feel bad charging people to work out with me while other people are getting it for free.
Right. That's true. Once again, people, make sure you call them, or you can text you at that number too, right, my brother?
Yes. Call
917-200-4678. That's 917-200-4678 is scrolling at the bottom. All his pertinent information is right there. Better Days Ahead at Gmail, IG, Coach Tad Cromwell, FB, Better Days Ahead, Fitness, and of course, spread love via Zelle. You can pay him via Zelle if you want to train with him, Zelle or Cash App as B.D.A. Fitness. I want to give you a well-deserved round of applause, brother. Once again, I want to thank you. Thank you for being a part of the journey, my brother.
Brother, I just want to recognize a few people. I want to recognize my sister Keisha and brother Ashe.
Yes, sir.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m. And
y'all still on, right? Y'all still on, right? Y'all still doing it?
Yes, sir. Good, and I definitely want to shout out my brother Sean Bay, the trainer. He and I were working on some things together in fitness in the very, very near future. So salute that, brother. and everybody else who support the movement.
That's good. Well, enough respect to you again, brother Tad. Tad, is definitely an honor always having you. Honor to always be by your side and always hear your voice speaking and teaching the young people and all the people around you, especially on your program, man. Thank you again, man, for being a part of the journey. Thank you. That's it. Love you, man. Love you, man. Love you, my brother.
You too, brother.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
You too, brother Tad.
All right, peace.
All right, that's our brother Tad Cromwell, once again showing him love. Spread love, spread love, spread love. That's the Brooklyn way. That's what we do. We spread love. That's the Brooklyn way. You know? Yes.
Yes.
That was good. That was good, man. That's and you know, we was talking about that the other night about the solution being in the same place with the problem, and he said that. I seen your smile, and I smiled. I said, yeah, I knew you felt that one.
He was listening that.
Yeah, he's on it, you know, and that's very important, and that's what Ian Levant Zant said. I want the audience to understand. Sister Ian Levant Zant said years ago, the solution is always in the same room with the problem. So pay attention, because you have it right there. Mfundishi said the cure is always right there in the same vicinity of the poison. Pay attention. So there's always there in nature, there's always balance. So if there's poison ivy there's something to cure poison ivy not too far away from it, probably 5 to 10 feet away, maybe 15 feet. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that, and within ourself, our human existence, there's always the solution right there. If you're the problem, you are also the solution simultaneously inside the body. You know, just don't give up. Don't give in. Don't give out. It's time to put it to work. And that's what I strive to do for myself, because I could have been that person that gave up years ago, especially at the age of 8, not feeling loved. And I tell people, you got to, and then realizing that my ancestors spoke to me, or whatever that was in me that told me not to do it. I ran out of that bathroom and didn't do that, commit that madness, you know, or you would never hear of me today, or I wouldn't have had these 9 children and these 10 grandchildren today. You know what I'm saying? Just because. So again, thanking Tad, and working out, people, is a very important, even if it's just slow workout, if it's just the Tai Chi or just some deep breathing.
That's right. Deep breathing, anything.
Face exercise.
Yeah.
You know?
For a second. Okay.
Yeah, calm down. I know I've got to be very careful, but we're gonna close out as fast as we can, because I don't want this thing to go crazy and say our prayers and do what we got to do. But I do want to run down the commercial before, as I usually do before we finish. Again, make sure you support Brother Tad Cromwell coming up, and then every Saturday after that, April 3rd, it starts. Make sure you support him, and then of course, I want to remind everybody, in the month of April, we got something great coming up. Joshua Sarah, Adara Moselle, Ra Aku, Cheryl St. Cloud, Erica Davey, Jackie Levine, Soul Flow Doula, and the special presentation, we have Dr. Wesley Muhammad and Dr. Farrah Gray coming in the building right here on King Simon Presents. It's nonstop. This coming Wednesday, Empress Aisha Moore would be with me with this beautiful sister, Dr. Nalani Valentine, a doctor of classical neuropathy, and of course, an educator. She's a linguist also, so that's going to be important. And we're going to be talking about her book, 7 Steps to Healing and Wellness. You know, my book is in New York, but I wish I would had it with me, but it's happening Wednesday at 9 p.m. This is Dr. Phil Valentine's wife, so make sure you tune into that. Of course, salute to my son. This is his music. He's a multi-dimensional artist doing his thing. Get his music on all platforms, but you can go to that link if you dial https://lnk.bio/ZB06. You can link up with my son's music and hear the samples of it. Of course, my daughter's stuff is on Teespring, Yasira Pink Art at Teesprings. Make sure you go to teesprings.com/Yasira's Pink Art. And that's all you have to put up there for all my books. Boom, here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. And here it goes. Make sure you go to Linktree. Go to Linktree. That's King Simon the Numerovator at Linktree. That's King Simon the Numerovator at Linktree. If you want to check it out, there it is on the page right there for my products and all the websites. Make sure you go to that. And that's a good thing to get, my darling. Linktree is good to have if you want, so I can send them to all your links. Aisha, get a Linktree. It's free, and you can put up all your links right there. One stop, one shop, and they can hit up all your links through Linktree. So if you can get yourself a Linktree, okay? Very important. And of course, this is her beautiful design. Speak about your designs, beautiful. Go ahead.
Yes, everyone. This is my earrings. They're mostly floral earrings, and I'm telling you, sisters, y'all will love them. Just let me go to Million Adornment, million_adornments.
That's right.
And Instagram.
Just
hit me up and let me know what colors you like, and if you prefer large, medium, or small, let me know.
That's right. And you can email her right here and spread love through Cash App right here. Also, you see on the screen. And she is a spiritual upliftment person, and she can help you out through talking you out, or just be an ear to listen. You know, sometimes we need those ears to listen. Of course, if you want good real estate consultation, this person is good. Janelle Lewis, licensed real estate salesperson and consultant, 347-866-1153. If you want to learn about astronumerology, he is one of the best in the world. This is one of my teachers, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Take his classes, take his online classes. He got beginner's classes, immediate classes. Go to his website. My classes are coming up. Just all you have to do is go to the email on this particular flyer at the Numerovation. Dedicated to the classes coming up. If you want to be, I think I'm going in and out again, huh? I'm going in and out again. I could tell. Yeah, I could tell. This is, you could, if you want, you could read this for me. Read this for me, sister. This is petalwise.com. Share it. Go ahead, read it.
Go to petalwise.com, www.petalwise.com. The original, what does it say? 1 month kit. And this is deals with the women's issues. If you have women problems, if you have, no, you don't even have to have problems. You just want to just, feel good, smell good, and just live your best life. Reach out to the sister, and you can also go to petalwise.com, and you can use the forgive me for all this. You can use the 10% discount code.
That's right.
And that discount code is King 2021. So you can use that discount code, get your discount, and definitely support.
There it is. Thank you very much. Thank you. See, we got to hold each other down. Stop playing. Numerovation. If you want to do a Numerovation consultation with myself, please text me your full name and date of birth at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States, let me say it to the people in the back. If you live outside the United States, please use WhatsApp. Please use WhatsApp. That's 347-496-1022. If you live outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp to text me. And if you want to advertise with me, you could text me also. You're more than welcome. And let me repeat the content disclaimer. The content disclaimer. Content disclaimer. Please, family, the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And we're getting ready to close out with prayer. How you feeling, my dear? You all right?
I'm a little tired tonight, but I'm fine. I'm so fine.
Okay. I know you doing your thing. You staying up and doing your thing. I understand. It's all a part of the process, my sister. All a part of the process. That's why you're doing it. And those who want to support Dr. Delbert Blair, this next prayer that Sister Empress Aisha Moore is about to recite comes from our dear Dr. Delbert Blair's legacy. Please go to his official website at www.themetacenter2.com. That's www.themetacenter2.com, and hit him up and hit his books, get his ELF, all that, his products, his books, and all that. And we're going to do our prayer as we usually close out. Prayer time is the right time. Let's do it. And here it is. Go ahead, my sister. Jolly 2.
Gonna breathe in, everyone. Deep breath. Breathe out. Here we go. All right, give thanks. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Give thanks. That was it, Brother King Simon.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear. Have a good evening while you're getting your rest. Get your rest. It's early, so it's 9:25. So thank you very much for being a part of this journey, as usual. And we'll speak. Okay, you be safe and have a great night. All right.
One give thanks. All right, everyone. Peace.
Much love. Peace. Peace. That's out there, Sister Empress Aisha Amor. Thank you very much. And you see what I got in my background over here. Black Inventors. Make sure you get that poster from my man Action. Where's the website to this guy where you can get this poster? You can actually get this poster too. It's a good friend of mine's. www.pyramidentertainmentrecords.com. That's pyramidentertainmentrecords.com. If you want to get this poster, Black Inventors and their inventions. If you want to get this poster, a good friend of mine is the one. And you could also hit them up to it. 877-545-3208. Tell him King Simon referred you. That's 877-545-3208. You can rewind this and play, but this is a very good poster to hang in front of your house for your children, whatever, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren, about all the great inventions. Elijah McCoy is on here. Everybody is on here. LP Ray Johnson. Everybody is on here. Women and men, inventors and inventions. So again, the number is 877-545-3208. That's 877-545-3208. And the website is www.pyramidentertainmentrecords.com. Records with an S at the end of records. All right. That's pyramidentertainmentrecords.com to get that poster. Y'all need that because it shows they got toilet bowls. They got everything on this one. My goodness. Of chairs we invented, lights, the red, gold, and green lights. It got all of it. So make sure you get that particular poster for your house, for your family, for your children. Regardless of land, label, or language, there's but one creator, like Marcus Mosiah Garvey says. Up, you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. One love, one aim, one destiny. And that, like Khalid used to say, regardless of land, label, or language, there's but one God. All right. So enough respect to you. Stay focused, stay out of trouble, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and please share this video. I want to thank Brother Tad Cromwell for being on and enjoying us. I'm going to see y'all take a step to the rear and get the heck out of here. Peace and love. This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.